Ali Gore Larson.
Delete the Twitter video after 10 seconds because the audio was scuffed. Oh, he deleted the video. He must. Why? Listen, video, you stupid, degenerate, loser, little freak. It's scuffed, you idiot.
How did this Twitch streamer go from meteoric success
come on, so like, hey, let's get on to a Skype call,
to a permanent ban?
Guys, I'm not smart. I've never been smart. Look at me. I'm permanently banned on Twitch TV. I'm not a smart person. I'm very dumb.
And how did this happen to him not once, but twice?
You know, you're indefinitely banned for adult sexual exploitation.
From a teenager uploading RuneScape clips to YouTube in 2008, to earning $35,000 per month on Twitch, to begging his audience to subscribe to his girlfriend's OnlyFans so she can pay his rent and stop his possessions being taken by the debt collectors. And of course making videos about how good it feels to watch her have sex with other men. From rich and famous, on the path to generational wealth, to a broke lolcow. This is Gore's entirely deserved rise and fall.
Wow! Yuppa! Wow, what the f***? That was awesome! Oh my god!
League of Legends was and still is one of the most streamed games in the world. The fanbase is massive, and during the early days of the scene, Gore had managed to build himself a moderate audience. The 2014 to 2017 period of his career is one that many early fans look upon fondly. The good old days. It was never without drama or controversy, but at least it was mostly harmless, and he had a genuinely entertaining stream with a personality and vibe that almost doesn't exist even nowadays on the platform.
I'm sorry that I can't be myself on stream. I'm sorry that I can't be a bit negative. I can always be positive, mate, because I'm a robot. Bip bop, bip bop, bip bop.
Known for his energetic, engaging personality, entertaining commentary, and the never know what will happen next factor of a Gore stream, it seemed greater success was only a matter of time for Ali Larson. Couple this with a high level of gameplay in League of Legends, with him being in the top 0.1% of ranked players in Europe, and he had everything he needed. Unfortunately, due to growing up on the internet, creating videos and live streaming for so long, Gore possessed absolutely no filter on what he should or shouldn't say or share with his fanbase. This is possibly what made him so relatable and garner such a large audience in such an early stage of Twitch. If it came to his head, he'd talk about it, no matter how stupid it was or how bad it made him look.
And I did get a bit carried away, and I did touch up like her ass, like here, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just soft and it's nice.
Add on to this, as a prominent streamer, he was a self-proclaimed lad, and he constantly entertained the advances of girls who followed him, often inviting them over to his home, having them on stream, meeting them at events, and of course privately. Eventually, at a League of Legends official event, rumours started to circulate. Pro players were rumbling that Gore had tried to sexually assault a girl who had rejected him. He of course heard these rumours and decided, in his usual manner, to just go on stream and rant about it.
About me, the people, because crap, I've got chat logs of people, I've already seen it, going around, taking a piss, ha ha ha. Gore, he got rejected, ha, because he tried f***ing her. The f*** is up with that? Why are you going around trying to paint this image? Because that's what they're doing. They're going around to all these other players saying dumb shit like, yeah, Gore tried rape girl. That's what I've been told. Hilarious, isn't it? Well, Creppo, be careful, Max. I know about that young girl you slept with, a 15-year-old. Oh, shit. Should have said that, but don't worry, buddy. I can play. Don't play a fire, okay? You get burned. All right, f***er?
As for whoever's in the right or wrong here with accusations without evidence on both sides, I can't confirm. But the person Gore accuses here of a pretty heinous act worked for League of Legends developer Riot Games on their professional esports broadcast, which of course was partnered with Twitch.tv, which is the website where Gore's entire career existed. And so, with that, Gore received a permanent ban from Twitch.
And now I'm permanently banned because everything that happened yesterday, I'm permanently banned. It's over. This is how it ends. It's over. It's finished. Everything, all the time I put into, everything is done in a heartbeat, in a click. It's over.
Now, of course, when this happened in April 2016, for someone who was averaging thousands of concurrent viewers and earning thousands of dollars each month, this was essentially deleting his entire career. He had very few options to continue, with Twitch being the premier streaming platform currently, and other competitors being drastically behind in either tech, viewership, or both. With that being said, he moved over to the website Hitbox TV and continued to try and do what he did best: entertain and climb the ranks in League of Legends. Unfortunately, despite some of his audience transferring over to follow him, his viewership was in decline and he had a very low ceiling for growth. This undoubtedly stunted his career, but luckily a year later in June of 2017, keeping his nose clean and not doing anything to garner much more attention in terms of the negatives, Twitch decided to give him a second chance. He was back on the platform and seeing double the viewers he ever saw before the ban. Whether it was the renewed energy for being back where he had a real future, something to grind towards, knowing that he could make it successful, or the fact that there were no other streamers like him in the League of Legends scene at the time, or something else entirely. Either way, he was doing great.
Don't tell me now that Grow Score streams are only 3 hours long. Rip, boring, la, can't take his job seriously. Hey, I'm like a fucking expensive hooker, okay? I only do like 5.5 hours. I don't work like 7 hours a day. That'd be exhausting. I'm out.
Unfortunately, according to his stream analytics, Grow Score struggled with something that will become a massive factor later in the analysis of his career: inconsistent work ethic. For a guy who grew up in a caravan with a family without a lot of money, having thousands of dollars each month meant that he could pretty much do whatever he wanted. He didn't live extravagantly in terms of rent or anything like that, and after the initial high of being back on Twitch wore off, he started streaming infrequently, with less streaming hours each time. Due to this, his viewer numbers saw peaks and valleys, as streaming of course rewards consistency more than almost anything else. You need to be there for your viewers to watch, and if you're not, they're just going to find somebody else to watch, and they might never return if they find someone who is around for them when you're not. At this point, he stagnated for a couple of years. He was streaming, he was living his life, he was getting between 1,000 and 2,000 concurrent viewers each stream, earning good money, but of course, it wouldn't be Grow Score without some drama.
Drama, lads! Who wants some drama? Let's make some drama! Hey, there's Emilius Pro! Let's make some drama, lads!
At the RuneScape annual convention called RuneFest, Grow Score arrived and began drinking heavily. During the convention, he managed to get caught on camera doing numerous things that he really shouldn't have been doing, such as the clip you just saw, grabbing a girl and kissing her seemingly without permission, and repeatedly commenting on a woman's breasts to her face, and to his friends to her face.
No offence to the woman. She was wearing a really revealing top. But I think a lot of people need to understand that if you're going to wear something so revealing, people will comment on it. Her name was Rachel. I said, hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? Rachel. And she's got, hi, I'm Rachel. Hi, Rachel. And I said, Raj, meet Rachel. Raj, meet Rachel and her tits. I just...
Following this, Grow Score also got into an actual physical fight with other attendees during the same event, which resulted in him being escorted off premises by the police. As with almost everything in Grow Score's career and Ali Larson's life, the moment he found out about his ban was captured live on Twitch.
Extremely bad news, I'm not joking. I'm being banned on Twitch for 30 days, starting as soon as I end my stream.
This of course wasn't a great look for him, and for Twitch as well. Just a year ago they'd given him a second chance, something not many people get. And the last thing you want to do when on your second life with a corporation who doesn't really care about you is to become predictable as a brand risk. He was likely warned that this was the last chance, and from here on, he tried to keep his nose clean and work at his career. He started doing cooking streams, raising tens of thousands of dollars in the process from donations, using the money in his usual fashion in a completely irresponsible manner to purchase lavish items such as a new Jaguar, despite already having what he called his dream car sitting in the garage. Though to Grow Score, and many people who have been lucky enough to earn an amazing living through the exponential growth of social media and content creation, he likely thought the money would just never end, that the good times like his new Jaguar would keep rolling. And he wasn't exactly wrong. In 2021, after Twitch's new terms of service and likely a realization he was wasting the opportunity given to him by being the same on-camera person from back in 2014, which wasn't growing, Ali Larson reinvented his content, reinvented Grow Score. No longer was his stream focused on screaming, going crazy on camera, reacting to situations with his viewers angrily. He was instead reserved, but still energetic and entertaining. Bear in mind, from 2014 till 2021, he'd basically hovered around 1,000, 2,000 viewers at his peak. Within a month of making these changes, he was at 4,000, 8,000, 10,000. It was not only a massive redemption arc for the once permanently banned streamer, but a massive financial opportunity. He was now earning well over £35,000 per month in ad revenue and donations, with the likelihood of becoming a millionaire within a year and set for life in 2. All he had to do was keep this up and keep himself out of any drama. So what Ali thought would be a little bit of banter to get roasted by the Reddit community was actually the beginning of his downfall, or at least the second downfall. People were bringing up his past, and they had the receipts. In an attempt to perform damage control and perhaps inadvertently triggering the Streisand effect, Gore removed the thread on the Roast Me subreddit. Unfortunately for him, Livestream Fails, a community that are best known for reveling in the downfall of streamers and basking in the resulting schadenfreude of lives being ruined, picked up on the story and turned it into a lightning rod. At this point, Ali made a video addressing the situation, specifically going through the links posted, of which there were many, and trying to explain context, address and ultimately apologise for the contents of each accusation. He likely thought he could get ahead of this before Twitch picked it up and potentially banned him again.
I regret it so much. It's probably one of the biggest regrets of my life, without a doubt, and I sit here and I regret it every day. It was the worst experience of my life, and still to this day, it's one of the biggest regrets. Looking back at it, I completely regret saying that. It was none of my business, and I look back and I regret saying it on stream. This, which is definitely the biggest regret of my life. Everything I've said in that video, I regret. It is no doubt in my brain the biggest regret of my life still to this day. It's the biggest regret of my life still to this day. I regret it. Something obviously it's stupid to say.
This, as you likely would have guessed, didn't work.
Indefinite. So I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm so used to being thrown around in this community and like being bullied and picked on. They're bringing up stuff from 2016 with the Celestia thing, I think. I didn't do anything. I didn't send Celestia parents any revenge porn. I just showed her mum her Instagram account. Celestia was 18 at the time, going on 19. It was in 2016. I don't know why this is happening, and I get Twitch for trying to protect people, but I'm just at this point, I'm so used to this happening to my career. It's just someone out there doesn't want to see us fly. Someone out there doesn't want to see us succeed.
Now for context, the accusation of distributing nude images without consent comes from when Gore travelled to America as a 23-year-old man to be with then-girlfriend Celestia Vega, who was 17. They allegedly had sex, and when he returned to England they broke up, at which time he wrote a note to her mother, including a USB drive which he said had a video on it, but posted on Snapchat saying it was actually full of Celestia's nude images, which of course would constitute many illegal acts, and all documented on his social media as an admission. This was why he was banned, and he claimed in the apology video going over the claims that this was actually just a link to Celestia's Instagram, and they never really even had sex. He was just too embarrassed to admit it, but this Twitter exchange between the pair in August of 2016 would of course state otherwise. It also doesn't help that Gore has contextually bragged multiple times as a mid-20-something man of having frequently slept with 16-year-old girls in England, which, while not illegal as that is the age of consent, would be seen as incredibly weird and creepy, especially if it's a repeated behaviour and coupled with other such allegations. Due to this and a host of other sexual impropriety towards numerous women,
I was pissed up drunk and I got my dick out in front of Ice Poseidon.
Oh god!
I don't fucking know. This news to me, right? But Jenna apparently.
Wait, why would you
was
just
like,
randomly whip your dick out? What the fuck?
I thought that's not me. Like, and apparently Ice Poseidon made me do it.
It's unsurprising that this was the straw that broke the camel's back. The camel in this metaphor, of course, being Twitch.tv. They'd given him more chances than he probably deserved, but they were done with taking the risk associated with the Gore stream. Now this of course to me is a clear actions meets consequence situation, though for him it must have felt difficult to reconcile he'd been banned for things that happened 5 to 8 years in his past, especially since all of this had been public knowledge the entire time. In his mind he'd kept his head down for the last couple of years and was finally on track to fulfill his dreams. Now it's possible since these things were years ago, had he maintained an apologetic energy after the ban, perhaps he could have found redemption in a rare third chance from Twitch one day, or at least transitioned over to a successful YouTube streaming career. After all, this was no longer 2016, it wasn't Twitch or Hitbox with no viewership. Twitch was garnering a reputation for killing their platform, YouTube were investing heavily in capturing the market share of live streaming audience, and other people had successfully transitioned from a career ended on Twitch, such as Dr. Disrespect in Destiny, not to mention the many streamers that moved for contractual gains. Gross Gore, however, went entirely off the rails.
You're all fucking idiots if you sit there and think, oh yeah, he's taken the money and scammed us. He took the money and scammed us. No, he's out clubbing. He's out clubbing. You fucking loser, degenerate fucking idiots to think that I paid off the fucking money. I went to a gaming bar last night. I got my ass beat in Tekken. I made a Twitter video talking about that. I deleted the Twitter video after 10 seconds because the audio was scuffed. Oh, he deleted the video. He must. Why? Listen to the fucking video, you stupid, degenerate, loser, little freak. It's fucking scuffed, you fucking idiot.
Throughout the remainder of 2021 and all of 2022, you could visibly see the man unravel in front of your eyes. He was becoming the internet's new lolcow, a name given to people who exist almost entirely to be made fun of online, earning himself Darkside Phil or Wings of Redemption levels of notoriety. People were tuning into his dying streams that consisted of 1 to 200 people, simply to see him devolve into madness.
They stole my fucking legs. I was good the whole raid. You guys all saw everything. I was from the second I got that raid, I was being a little bitch. No, I'm not coming back. I don't care. F him. Let him find a fucking replacement DPS. F him. Everyone watching knows that fucking raid leader. I can promise you, it was Giga Axis. Giga Texas. I guarantee it was my fucked up hater, Giga Texas, that was whispering him, oh yeah, he's a foul. He's a rapist. He rapes people. Right.
Ozaka, you write into some scammer and whisper, check the name.
Oh my god!
Who's been whispering?
Someone's pretending to be! Oh my god! He wasn't giving 2 rolls! He's a fucking scammer! He was pretending to be him!
His YouTube videos wouldn't get views either, though like many others who lacked the ability to reflect on their position, Gross Gore blamed this entirely on his name.
This is the last video going to be uploaded to this channel forever. Let me explain why. The name. Gross Gore. The name is vulgar. YouTube limit my videos and my channel because of the name. That's how YouTube is. Gore and gross are considered bad words, so YouTube have been limiting my channel for years since they implemented this system. That's why my channel's got no growth.
This, as with almost everything Ali Larson has said from 2021 until now, didn't last for very long, nor was his assessment of the situation accurate, which is also a trend. Gross Gore the name is not the reason why the channel wasn't growing. Gross Gore the person was. The reason the likes and dislikes are disabled, the comments are disabled, and when they're not, it's full of abuse or full of a dislike ratio larger than the like ratio, is entirely because of his own behaviour. He should have been asking himself the question, why would somebody watch me now? A man who knows nothing except the privilege of a successful career online and refuses to reflect on why it is this happened to him. A man who dines out on the past of being what he refers to as a somebody, who refuses to move on and get a real job, or even putting the time and effort to pursue what he calls his dream on alternative and totally viable platforms.
People out there that tell me to get a fucking job, like, you. Seriously, you. Like, what, are you crazy? Like, you want me, I know what you're doing, you want me to fucking quit my YouTube, you want to quit streaming, you want to quit Twitter, you want to quit social media to go work a job, making 15 grand a year. Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking out of your fucking mind? Why? So we have a little bum like you? Fuck you, man. I will keep on trying to make it fucking work until it fucking works.
He seems to have forgotten that one of the reasons people watched Gross Gore in the first place was his relatability factor. How he talked about and how he saw his fans now was no longer compatible with that original relatability. And it's not just that he thinks this way, it's that he lacks the awareness to not hit send after recording the video, who lacks the self-control to simply not reply to the quote, haters. He has no idea that he's fallen into the trap. He's in the lolcow spiral. He does and says things that he believes are okay to do and say, people laugh at him for it, then he responds to the people laughing at him, giving them more reason to laugh, and on it goes. The only thing he does to break this cycle is to abuse his real fans who try to give him advice. His video releases for around a year was, what would you like to see? Get some suggestions, say he was going to do them, and then the next video complain about how everything was going badly, only to be told, you've not really streamed, you've not really made these videos, you've not really made any attempt to do anything differently. Add on to all of this that Ali Larson, Gore, has struggled with the messaging he wants to send out regarding his past behaviour and ban. At the beginning of it all, he was apologetic, stating he'd grown, he was no longer that person who did those things. But within months, he'd fallen down a real dangerous rabbit hole. After all, when you push somebody to the fringes of society, who is it they will find there? Other fringe individuals and ideas. They are the ones who will side with you no matter what you did. Instead of working on himself and his image, Ali Larson decided to blame his entire situation on other people. He'd actually done nothing wrong, and it was just them that were there to cancel him.
I got banned. That's right, counter-cultured and all that, and a lot of jealous British people, hundreds of British people on Twitch gunned me down because in the UK, we've got something wrong with the society in the UK. No other country in the world, just the UK. When someone's doing well in the UK, it's called the crab effect. They don't want to see you doing well because they don't like you, because they're doing shit. So they want to take you down.
It was at this point in his quest to find acceptance among the unacceptable, he likely killed any shot he has of growing on YouTube and building a lifestyle he could be proud of. As in his worldview, if he isn't rich and famous, he's a waste of life, loser, nobody.
And it's like, well, I don't want to fucking throw in a towel and go work at McDonald's. I don't want to be a 30-year-old man working at McDonald's. I want to be a somebody. I want to be a fucking YouTube. I want to be a fucking YouTube goddamn star. I want to be a YouTube streamer. I want to be a somebody, man.
The issue is, and probably always will be, that if you've grown up on the internet, getting hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views, making tons of money, you probably cannot do anything wrong in your head. You're always correct. Everyone else is always against you. The system, the world, the people. Gore has no concept of the saying, if everywhere you go it smells like shit, time to check your shoes. He believes he's the victim of cancel culture, not the victims of his actions meeting their rightful consequences. He seems to forget that you are allowed mistakes, and he's evidence of this. He returned from the original mistakes, but when you constantly make them, be given enough rope to prove that you haven't grown or been humbled by them, why would anybody extend you more chances to repeat the cycle? It seems at this stage he's happy to refuse to change, only to make empty promises and placate his ego by blaming others. Maybe he's unaware that you're unlikely to change people or the world, but the one thing you can change is yourself and the way that you adapt to it. And now to round all of this off and bang home the point of inconsistency, if you're familiar with the Gore saga, you've likely seen this video.
One of the things I want to be talking about today is cuckery, okay? Because I know right now on the internet, the term cuck is used as an insult. Why?
Ali has been incredibly outspoken in recent months about him and his girlfriend's lifestyle. He claims to love that she does OnlyFans and really enjoys watching other men have sex with her in front of him. But since Ali's life as Gore is so perpetually online due to his choice to publish it all, we don't have to go back too far to see that things may not be as good as they seem.
She's joined that website. I'm proud of her, and I hope she does really well on there. She decided to make the account. I wanted her to do it half a year ago, and then recently she wanted to do it, so she went and did it.
Now I'll ask you, does that look like the face and tone of a man that's happy his partner is doing OnlyFans? He posted a follow-up video to this after she'd been on the site for just 5 days, confirming that he's having issues with her being super busy chatting to other men who want to have sex with her and fulfilling their private requests for personal content. He also frequently posted on Twitter talking about being terrified of her leaving him for another man who had more money, was more attractive, and was more successful, which wouldn't be too hard right now, since he was working less than ever before, seemingly in deep depression, and had no idea how to get back to where he wanted to be. Now, not long after this, in fact only a couple months of being clearly distressed by the scenario, he was posting about being very happy that other men were involved in the relationship with his girlfriend.
So we have this pact in our relationship where we won't ever do anything with another woman, but I will admit this right now, we have had a lot of threesomes, and we've had a fair few amount of foursomes as well. All guys.
Which is, of course, known on the internet as being a cuck.
I'm not the type of cuck that would sit in a closet and watch and jerk off while watching my missus get ploughed. Now, I'm going to be completely honest again, I have done that.
Essentially, Gore thought his rebranded new direction of content would benefit from having a 33-minute long video explaining how not insecure he is about the whole situation, which is of course ironic. Now, there are some contextual elements to this that confused me while researching the finer details of this story, such as Gore stating when he was banned on Twitch to having £35,000 in cash, which he spent drinking across multiple months before meeting Safi, which is his girlfriend. He got himself in £4,500 worth of credit card debt on top of this, and was earning less than £1,000 per month. But since his girlfriend started OnlyFans, his credit card debt has vanished, and they are doing great financially to the point he hardly streams, doesn't make videos, and outright refuses to get a job. This means, despite claiming to go 50-50 on bills, it's almost certain that he is a kept man, and she's paying for them both in the relationship. Which I'm not saying to disparage him in any kind of way or say that there's anything wrong with that. If they're happy with the situation, more power to them. But it seems odd to go from depressed that men speak to your girlfriend and insecure she might leave, to letting men who she meets on OnlyFans come over and have sex with her.
We've also met people on nights out as well, and we've gotten to know them.
So OnlyFans, nights out, and my friends, fans even.
It doesn't make a ton of sense to swap up so quickly, but maybe he just had a change of heart in that short span of time. It is of course also possible he thinks doing this will prevent her leaving him for another man, if she can just have any other man she wants anyway. This factor also plays into why he likely won't be with other women, despite that being a much fairer arrangement. Now you might be thinking that the bad stuff ends there, but of course no. The reason his girlfriend even started OnlyFans in the first place is because Gore begged her to do so, even manipulated and guilt-tripped her, of course live on stream.
That is such a missed opportunity for you. You could have so much in your life, but okay, I'll continue to make £100 a day, and we're scraped by.
His girlfriend and his entire chat is calling him out the whole time for this behaviour, and he constantly shouts at them, looking like a child who got denied candy at the store while doing so. She then 5 months later decided on her own to start doing OnlyFans, though with a different arrangement. Originally he was suggesting they split her income 50-50 as if he was managing her career in some kind of way, but now made a point to state in a recent video that it was her account and she was keeping 100% of the money, though of course she is paying for the majority of the bills. It's also worth noting, to play into the insecurity factor and why maybe this is going on, that Gore's ex-girlfriend, who he also convinced to do OnlyFans, did eventually do well and then leave him, which is likely why things have turned out the way they have this time.
Do not date a girl that does Patreon OnlyFans. Don't date a girl that sells her nudes or whatever. Don't do it, because you'll get made fun of, you get called cuck. If you're a guy who will allow other men to jerk off to your missus, get your head scanned.
My last point is that there is a stark contrast between who Ali Lawson thinks he is and who Gore actually is.
I've just acted crazy and stupid and angry in the past for attention because I just thought no one would like watching me for who I am today.
Shut the f*** up and go away. Shut the f*** up and go away. Get off my feed. You don't follow me. I've blocked you, bruv. I've blocked you. If you're watching this, you're a freak. Piss off, you fucking freak. Freak. You fucking freak. Freak.
For context, all this man did was tell Ali to stop starving himself and to stop promoting it, instead to just exercise and eat healthily. But this is the true Gore, a man who claims to have changed, who is calm, and who deserves yet another chance in the limelight. So at the end of it all, we ask the question, is this the end of Gore's story? And I'll say absolutely not. In fact, this video could have been 2 to 3 times longer and changes with every day. I don't think he's gonna go anywhere. The internet is all he knows. He's still going to keep lazily trying to get back to who he thinks he should be, rich and famous, but without any of the effort required. Clinging on to the "do you know who I am mate, I'm Gore from moderate internet fame 8 years ago," instead of trying to be Gore of 2023 and beyond. I'm sure he'll stick around and continue to be the butt of the internet's jokes, to tweet at streamers and joke about them fucking his girlfriend, and to lie to what remains of his audience about bigger and better things to come. But will they? Will this remaining audience even stick around? Or is this all just another empty promise by a man incapable of moving on?
And everything's gonna be fine. I'll be back when I'm back, and I'm gonna be grinding harder than ever. This isn't the end, this is just the beginning. My life is a comeback story, and I'm telling you now, this is just the beginning. So there you go. Please like and share this video so it gets the word out to all my viewers. And I love you guys, and I'll see you again soon.